नमस्ते प्रणाम गीता ध्यान ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudevasutam devam kāṅkṣhantaḥ devakim paramanandam Krishnam vande jagadguru. Son of Vasudeva, slayer of Kamsa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. We will today take up the reading of 12th Shloka of the 4th Adhyaya, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now, in this particular 12th Shloka, Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna that what is the fruit of worship? Why people run after little things rather than seeking God? Because Sri Krishna has told in the 11th Shloka that we read, Sri Krishna told Arjuna that ye yatha mam prapadyante ans tathaiva bhajamyaham. Whichever way, whatever way, these beings, they approach me, they identify with me. In the same way, I reciprocate with their feelings, with their prayers, with their pleadings, with whatever they ask from me. Whatever they ask from me, I give it to them. I reciprocate their prayers, their requests. Whatever is due to them, I give it to them. I don't keep anything unattended. Whatever is due to them. Mama vartmanu vartante mānuṣhe partha sarvashaha. And further Sri Krishna says that may pursue my path in all different ways. Some pray to me for liberation, some pray to me for salvation, some pray to me for worldly enjoyments, which are not going to remain with them even for a longer time. So with whichever intention they approach me, I reciprocate accordingly. Now, Lord's expectation, we don't know whether Lord really expects, but whatever Leela he has started playing, with this creation in the form of Prakriti is having all these obstacles on the path, the obstacles of three guna, sattva, rajas, tamas. The entire creation is getting delusioned by the worldly temptations and forgetting the real goal of their being, of their existence, of liberation. The final goal is getting out of this cycle of creation, preservation, destruction, getting out of this cycle of life and birth, getting beyond the three gunas and getting merged with that one Satchidananda. But that doesn't happen. The beings, the creation that the Lord has created for His play, the mother has created for her play. get entangled into the worldly temptations, and they start approaching the God, they start praying the Lord, they start praying the Mother for all those transient things, for all those impermanent things, for all those things which are going to give them a pleasure, maybe just for a moment, and after that it is nothing but frustration. So that is what Sri Krishna is now going to tell us in this 12th shloka. kāṅkṣhantaḥ karmaṇāṁ siddhiṁ yajanta iha devatāḥ kṣhipraṁ hi mānuṣhe loke siddhir bhavati karmajā. kāṅkṣhantaḥ karmaṇāṁ. kāṅkṣhantaḥ is longing for. I want this, I want this. karmaṇāṁ, of action. siddhiṁ yajanta iha devatāḥ. siddhiṁ is success. Yajanta, they worship. They worship the God, they worship me, or with the longing for things of this world. With the longing, they start performing actions and they worship the Lord, they worship the God. Yajanta iha devatāḥ. Not one or two, they may be worshipping, hundreds of gods and goddesses. As it is, we have 33 crore. So, Sri Krishna says, longing for all those worldly enjoyments, people get into action, worshipping iha devatāḥ. The gods, and goddesses, they start worshipping with longing for enjoyment in this world. kṣhipraṁ hi mānuṣhe loke. kṣhipraṁ means quickly. He, verily. mānuṣhe loke, in this human world, in this human plane, in this plane where the human beings are living. kṣhipraṁ siddhir bhavati karmajā. kṣhipraṁ is quickly. siddhiṁ bhavati karmajā. These karmajā is born of action. What is born of action? siddhiṁ bhavati. siddhir bhavati karmajā. Out of this action that they start undertaking in order to, in the longing for enjoyment in this world, they start worshipping all these gods, goddesses, and that results in quick returns. kṣhipraṁ siddhir bhavati karmajā. All these actions, they end up in quick results. The actions, they ultimately, they see the success in the form of quick results. So that also is a way of the Lord satisfying the needs, satisfying the request, satisfying what these people, the human beings, they are seeking, maybe of the lower nature. Their demands may be of lower order, not of illumination or liberation or enlightenment. There are very few who seek liberation, maybe 1 in millions, billions. They really seek the liberation, the self-knowledge, brahma-jnana, atma-jnana. Otherwise, everybody is busy asking to God the good in this world for enjoyment, from enjoyment point of view. Longing for success in action on earth. People, they worship the gods. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna now. For quickly is success born of action in this world of man. Whosoever, Lord, give me, plenty of money. Whether he deserves it or not, God will at least give something. May not be, plenty. But he will say to it that, okay, he's that child who is, praying for plenty of money. He will get something. Something which he gets is not satisfied with it. He wants plenty. And then that child of the Lord starts cribbing against the Lord. So I have prayed so much, but that child doesn't understand whether the child really deserves it or not. God, Krishna has said that I whatever way they ask me, I reciprocate. I reciprocate not unstintedly, not foolishly. Whatever they deserve, I give them. And it also happens that people start, praying to God with all these worldly enjoyments in mind. The higher the ideal, more arduously one has to prepare oneself for it, the longer one has to wait for it. If one is seeking liberation, liberation doesn't come just in like that. No. Maybe good results in the exams may come. I mean, you study well. Ultimately, okay, God will certainly be with you. These kind of gifts that the God gives may be immediate. We start praying, oh, save me, make me well, make my relative well. God may make that of our ideal, of our wants, longer it takes. If I want elimination, if I want liberation, it may not happen in 1 or 2 days. It may not happen in 1 or 2 lives. One may have to undergo so many cycles of life and birth and death, and then the liberation will come. So all those things, all the higher ends, elimination, liberation, seeking Brahmadhyana, it is not just happening like this. It is what they call like 5-year plan, 10-year plan. It may be hundreds of births plan, but it will come. It will come at its own time. It will come when the Lord is gracious. It will come when Mother showers her grace. Self-knowledge is harder to attain than fruits of action. What is perceived by the senses is portrayed as the world of man, where quick results can be obtained. Like for example, I get an urge of eating mango. These days, mangoes are just plenty. Yeah? Everywhere we look around, there are mangoes and I feel like I get an urge. I should eat mango. What I have to do? Okay, if I cannot go out purchase the mangoes, going to market is not possible. The shops are closed. A student prepares for the whole year for the exam, and then after 1 year, student writes the exam and clears the exam, gets good grades. Fine, you get result within okay a few days after writing the exam. The returns are comparatively very quick. That's what Sri Krishna says that kṣhipraṁ hi mānuṣhe loke siddhir bhavati karmajā. Quickly they get the results for all these kind of worldly requirements. But when it comes to higher, The ignorant seek for sense objects easily obtainable. I want to eat mango, I order, I get it, and that's it. I am happy. After eating mango, if I get into acidity and all those problems, I don't think at that point of time when I get that urge of eating mango. That is a different matter altogether again. Access to monarch is hard to get, but it is very consequential. If I want to meet a king, no, it is extremely difficult for me to just go and meet the king. Acquaintance with a petty, servant of a monarch is easily got, but it is not of it is of no consequence. Supposing I want to get something from the king, I want to go and get something from the higher up. First of all, I should know him, and it is extremely difficult to know the higher up personally. In the large organizations, people don't even get a chance to meet their CEOs and their CMDs in their lifetime. At the most, they will have access to general manager. That's it. Now, to the lower level people, you can easily have an access. But if you want to get something from the CMD, from the king, that lower rank fellow, he won't be able to give it to you. So what? I mean, okay, you are good friends with him. No, it won't happen. It is only the king who can give. It is only the Lord who can give. It is only the mother who can give you liberation, who can give you illumination, not any of the other representatives. Those in the lower order. No. It has to be a direct one-to-one relationship. Acquaintance with a petty servant of a monarch is easily got, but it is of no consequence. Devotion, wisdom, salvation, and such like divine gifts come to the worshipper of Ishvara, worshipper of the Lord, worshipper of the Mother. Only he can get, she can get all these qualities of devotion, wisdom, salvation, liberation, illumination. Ideals vary according to mental attainments of people, depending on the mental level of the person. He will ask the Lord for that thing, whatever he can ask. Whatever he is capable of, only that he can ask, and only that Lord will give or not give. It is if he deserves, he or she will get it. If he or she doesn't deserve, he or she won't get it. It is as simple as that. The Lord has made it very clear. But the worldly the worldly requests, worldly prayers, you get comparatively much faster. You get them addressed much faster. All the worldly urges, but again, their that satisfaction level, that enjoyment level is not long lasting. Just for a few seconds, that's it. But Lord says, fine, there are people like that also. Doesn't matter. Whosoever comes to me with whichever intention, I reciprocate their prayers, their beggings, their askings. So that was about the 12th shloka of the 4th adhyaya, the Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur Jai. Jai Swami.